Welcome to another session in this course. In this particular session, we are going to be looking at how you can create your database inside MySQL. There are several ways through which you can create your database, but in this session, I am going to be teaching you how you can use the graphical user interface method, that is the GUI or the GUI. I will teach you how you can create tables inside your created database. I will also teach you how you can load a CSV data into an existing table, and also how you can load a CSV data into a table that is just newly created. I will teach you how to assign constraints to some of the columns inside your newly created table. This is a lot, but let us get at it. Let us create the database that we are going to be using in this course. The database is going to be the SQL course database, the one I have actually been using since the beginning of this course. But because I want to create a new one and I want you to follow along with me so that you can do the same as we will journey together in this course. So I'm going to click on this and then I'm going to drop schema. Drop now, and then you can see that this database is not here again. So let's start from the beginning. There are two ways to create your database. One is that you can use SQL query, which I will still be teaching you in the future. However, a simpler way is to use GUI, that is graphical user interface. And this is how we go about it. Come to this panel here, the schema panel, click on it, and you can see create schema. Click on it, and then it has taken you to this place. Write the name of your schema here. We will call it SQL course database. That is good. Leave this default settings here, and then come down here and click apply. Click apply again and click finish. If you can check here, you will see SQL course database. We have created our database. So you can refresh. If you don't see it on your own workbench, when you refresh, you will surely see it. Now, if we open on this database, you can see that our table, there is nothing there because we have not created tables in this particular database. And that takes us to how will you create table in your database using this particular method. You can actually load a table directly from a text file. However, you can actually create a table inside your database and even enter values into them manually. Let's start with the one we are creating here manually. So you will click on the table and you will see create table. When you click on create table, it's going to show the table name. So the new table, we call this customer table. You can see that it's telling us the column names and then the data type and the constraint that we want to put. So I will click here and put on the first one, which is the customer ID. It's going to be an integer and it's going to be the primary key. And then I will put auto increment. The second one I want to put, let's say, is the customer name. And then you can see that it has put varchar 45 here, which I am okay with. And then I will put non-null. We want to have the names of our customers. Let's say the third one we want to have is the age. The age is an integer. You click on this place, check, it's an integer, and then that is it. We have none, not two. We are going to be putting another column. We call it the state of the customer, and we are making it varchar 45 and also not null. But let's allow a null here. Then the default value here is null. We have created this particular column. This is our primary key, and you can see that the primary key is already here. When you have done all of this, you click on apply. So you can see that this is the query that has created our table. I will be teaching you how to write this by yourself as we continue in this course. Then you click on apply again. You can see everything executed, finish. you can see that now we have a customer table. If you click on this table, you see that this table is here, customer ID, customer name, age and state, but there is nothing there. If you want to know the attributes of this table, you can actually write something like this. So you can write it in full and then just say customer. When you write this describe customer table and you run it here, you will see that you're going to tell us the attributes of this table. Customer ID is integer, null, this is the primary key, and then there is auto increment, and everything is here. You can also just write the DESC alone, and if you run it, you will be having the same thing. This our table now. You can actually load data inside this table. So we can write here. If you click on this edit, you see this edit here. If you click on it, and then you come here, double click, you can write the first name is customer ID. Let's say it's 1. Customer name, let's say Ope, and the age is 28, and the state, let's say is Google. And then you click on apply. Click on apply, you click on finish. If we run this table again, you can see that we have these particular values there. However, you can actually load data from a CSV file into this existing table. The only thing is that if you want to do that, the text file you are loading should contain the same header name, that is the column name, as this. And they should be in the same order, and you can load data into it. However, you can actually get a new table by just loading directly from a CSV file. And that is what we are going to be doing now. There are 3 data sets we are using for this particular course, and we are going to be loading them now, and I will teach you how to do that. Now, come to the table, right click, and you will see table data import wizard. So click on it. You will see here browse. My own data are in the download section. Go to the download, and I will first of all enter the orders table. I click on it, and then next, create new table, and then drop table if exists. If a table is existing before and you don't want this particular data to be added to it, you just click on drop table if exists. If the table is existing before, but you want to add new data to it, you don't want to click on this. Then you click next. So you can see this, and then click next, click next, click next. 194 records imported. When you are doing this, you have to be careful because sometimes you may lose your data. Know the amount of record you want to import from the text file and know the amount that is being imported here. Our text file of the orders table actually contains 194 records. So this is very correct. Finish. You can see that we have been able to do that. So when you come here, refresh, and then click on orders table, and this is our orders table. Everything is here. We will do the same thing for the customer table. Let me do the customer table again. Let's click table import wizard, load. We are looking at customer table. I'm clicking on it. Next, drop table if exists. You know that we have a customer table that we created before, but that is not what we want. So drop if exists, yes. We are clicking on it and then continue, continue, next, next again, 82 records, good, and finish. If I run it, and then this is our customer table. Thank you very much. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, hit the notification icon so that you can get more of these videos in this particular course until we meet in the next one.